Karibu sana. This is Politics Today. Hapa tunachapa siasa. And my powerful name is Jonah Simba. My guest is the powerful. Are you powerful? Hi.
Hi, Jonah.
Elizabeth Michael from NAC Kenya. Youth leader, women leader, or mwanachama?
I'm in both. Now I'm an emerging woman leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
When ndio umesema. Aya, and our sign language interpreter is Gideon Minor. Let me encourage you to share your views with us. What do you think about what's going on? So much is going on, Liz.
Yeah.
9 lives gone.
Yes.
9 lives gone. 9.
Lives lost yesterday, Jonah.
Yes.
It's wow. It's a sad situation, very sad situation because
Right.
I don't want to assume, but no one has a right to take someone else's life, and it is not right to do that.
Right.
So on that note, I don't support loss of life by anything that is not natural. So by that, I want to
Much condolences.
to send my much condolences to the bereaved families.
Yes.
And also to come out and caution the government, because this has been seen to have been perpetrated by the police. So
Okay.
let's and I again repeat, let's please as much as we can, as much as people take advantage of mandamano, and they when they take advantage of mandamano, some few crooks go to steal. But I want to ask the police, let them arrest that person and make sure that the law is followed instead of taking lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well said. A lot of injuries yesterday, including children. Which school is this?
There's Kahumbuine.
Is it Kahumbuine or Kihumbuine?
Kihumbuine school, primary school in Kangemi.
Right.
Again, Jonah,
Where are the children now?
Yeah, the children are in a hospital in Kangemi.
Okay.
The hospital, should I mention the name?
That's okay.
It's Eagle Nursing in Kangemi.
Okay.
30 children were admitted. I think they were suffocating because of the tear gas. And I wonder why a normal and sane police would shoot a tear gas into an institution of children who are even 18 years and below. You know?
Right.
Yeah, that is, I want to call it unlawful and not right.
Okay.
And I think whoever fired that tear gas, action should be taken against that person. I think they need to be charged for that, because that is, I don't know if I should call it attempted murder or something, but it is very bad, Jonah. Those were children. Imagine we would have lost 30 are admitted, we would have lost 30 lives. And don't forget, when such things happen, commotions happen, there could have been stampede, we could have even lost more.
Yeah.
And that was not the only school that was what was it that police got into. There's also another school that had, I think, children who are under 7 or 6 years.
Okay.
I wonder what the police were going to look for in a school where watoto wanalia kama 3 like babies. Those are babies. What would police go there to, like, that is traumatizing the children. Imagine how today, imagine if today they are able to go to school because of the same. Nitaambia mami siendi shule kwa sababu kuna polisi, because ABCD happened. Those children could be having mental whatever, because of the trauma they went through yesterday. Unajua ile kushtuka. Maybe they're having nightmares. Those were very small children. Wote walikimbilia mwalimu. Mwalimu alikuwa na wahag akiwaambia wachaneni, tokeni hapa ni watoto peke yake. Hata kama ni kufuata, sijui alikuwa anafuata. I don't understand, John. Which I think is very wrong. Police are trained, and that is something they should not do, because those are two schools, you know.
Very sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
I don't know who can tetea. There was a time when we had an issue with the disability sports team, you remember?
Uh-huh.
And then one Mrs. Gashagwa accompanied them all the way to the event somewhere in Europe, came back with them. Maybe she should come in on this.
Well, I want to give
If
accolades
yes.
to the second lady. That is such a noble gesture she did.
Right.
And what do I say? In support of disability, it's something that we need to embrace. We need to, let's not stigmatize these people. These people are part of us. They are our brothers, mothers, fathers, sisters.
Right.
So that was a very good thing for the second lady to do.
Right.
And I again and again I give her accolades for that, because we've never seen any of our able women there accompany, give more. That was moral support, emotional support. I can bet even financial support to take them here and come back.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Now she should take up these children manenos, because this who will listen, who will cover the children. It was very traumatizing to see there were women. I don't know whether those women were teachers or parents. I think parents rushed there. And they were screaming at the top of their voices. I don't know if you saw that. And it was a bit traumatizing. You know, these are children. It took mothers. So a mother like them, maybe Mrs. Ruto, Mrs. Gashagwa, or even Mrs. Odinga, one of them should go and speak on behalf of children, because during demonstrations, we need to leave children alone.
Yeah, well, Jonah, I think, like I said before, the children, I can bet they're traumatized. What these ladies should do, or one or two, or whoever is able to give this, they should at least ensure these kids get psychosocial support. They need some bit of counseling, and they need to be given like what is this? Yeah, psychosocial support to ensure that they overcome this trauma and to not fear school, because it can even affect their future grades. You know. So if any of these, first lady, second lady, or the wife to the right honorable Raila Odinga, if any of them would want to take, or even they can set their political differences aside and go, the three of them, and ensure that these kids, you know, get the help they need, because I can bet they are not in a good situation per se, so that they get counseling and then they go back to their normal lives when they are okay, minus this trauma.
Yeah.
Because we don't know the extent of the damage that was done by whatever happened yesterday.
If they don't do that, then we will send you. You will go.
Well, yeah, I'm a psychologist.
Yeah, you're a woman, like,
yeah,
you're
and a
a mama,
social
like.
worker and a psychologist. I have studied
You
psychology.
don't have to be all those things. All you
but-
need to do is to be a woman.
Well, I can be a woman, but who
Yeah.
does not know how to do the counseling? You know, counseling has steps. You can't just go and
Right.
start. Yeah, you know, because these people have to want to talk. There are steps that you engage in when you're doing counseling, and for you to break the ice and to be able to talk to whoever you are counseling. So they need a professional. Please, if they are not, by them just being there is support enough. But they should also engage some of us who are professionals in that whatever, so that the kids are talked to and they are able to get out of the situation that they are in mentally. Yeah, Jonah. I think that is the right way to go, because by just them going there and giving them sweets zikisha usiku watalala, they'll get nightmares. You know, they need what do we call it? The support that is professional, not just anybody just going there to tell them pole na baadaye usiku anasikia ile mlio ya, you know, you can be sleeping lakini it's all in the brain, but unasikia hiyo harufu ya hiyo tear gas ilirushwa kwa hiyo shule, but the tear gas is not there because it's all in there. You know, that's why I'm advocating for
but then
professionalism.
I also realize that this is affecting people as people are watching. I don't know if you remember that woman, the mother to one of these young boys, people who died in Kisumu. Was it Kisumu there? It is traumatizing to people when they see this. I think Kenyans also need to be cancelled, because you're seeing the cry. It's not a joke.
Jonah, grief grief, there are 5 stages of grief.
Right.
And when you see a mother losing a child, this was a 17-year-old who comes from a humble background. This is the person that the mother was looking up to, you know.
Right.
Alafu upoteze ile nyota ya familia, wacha niseme hivyo, because huyu ndiye alisema huyu kijana yangu ndiye alikuwa mpole, ndiye alikuwa anaenda university, arudi apate kazi yainue familia. Imagine what that family has lost. And there is no compensation from the government, because when protesters are protesting, because we are allowed to do peaceful picketing, Jonah,
Right.
but why is it that the police have to use live bullets? Why? It's not like they're hunting. It's fellow people. Whoever is giving orders, why are they giving orders for live bullets? These police are not in a forest hunting a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honorable Raila spoke,
Yes.
and he said he got intelligence much earlier
Yeah.
that there was a group of goons that had been, armed to come and shoot directly into the crowd, and that's why, as the leadership of Azimio, they didn't show up at Kamukunji.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, Jonah, I want to say this, that the Azimio leaders, ile mrengo nakwambianga yenye mimi niko.
Right.
They don't just speak out of malice, number
Okay.
one. Especially for me, I can attest, for my party leader, she's known for integrity. So when they speak, it is something that is truthful and known. So if they said it had been planned that goons were going to come, I don't think, out of malice, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga would have cancelled the Kamukun. Would have he did an MIA yesterday.
What is MIA?
Missing in action. He never appeared anywhere.
Okay.
Because
Okay, I would have said Mia. Okay.
well, it's okay, you can say it, but MIA is missing in action.
All right.
But other leaders continued and mobilized in other areas. But for him to have said that, and especially him being the leader, as portrayed that he's the one mobilizing the whole country to do that. But it was seen yesterday that it is not about Raila. So for him to have said that, he knows that he would have been the prime target. Remember, this guy goes in the open and without a bullet shield cover in front of his face, and he's not resistant to. He's not bulletproof, I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was okay for him. It was noble actually for him to not appear, because in spite of the fact that he's a leader there, he would have been covered, protected by bodyguards and all that.
But people would have died.
People would have died. So it was such a noble thing for him to do, because he protected his people and also people who are not his people. Because maybe the people who would have been sent goons to come with the machetes would have been mobbed by the people. You know, the hired goons would not have surpassed the number of people who would have come yesterday to Kamukunji. So to protect loss of life, it was such a good thing that he didn't appear yesterday. So we avoided the loss of life from both sides, the goon side, which I assume comes from KK, and the Azimio side. So he saved lives.
Don't ask me how I saw this, but I saw your party leader on a motorbike.
Yes,
What was going on?
If you remember last Saba meeting, the Azimio principals, when they spoke.
Yes. I'm struggling to listen, to hear you.
Honorable Raila said,
Yeah.
wakifunga hii barabara tunapita hivi, wakifunga hii tunapenya hivi. So yesterday they barricaded us in Meru.
Okay.
And walifunga, tulipenya na motorbike. We actually decided to promote their boda guys. Watu wa boda ni wa government ya KK.
Okay.
So tuliwa promote, and they took us to where we were going. We met wananchi, we collected signatures, and yes, everything went on well and it was peaceful. Except the fact that whenever we wanted to do a meeting, they would do tear gas, but people came out. If you watch the videos again and all of them, yes, mama alipanda motorbike, which is normal. she can do a bike. Hiyo ilikuwa jana ndio ilikuwa Air Force One.
Yeah, I don't know whether that passes any message. You know, mama on Anduthi, that's how they call it around there, Anduthi. It was like, guy, mama on Anduthi. And another drama, Raila, in a matatu on Gong Road.
Well,
actually.
yeah, Jonah, you know,
Yes.
these people are very good people. I happen to be among the few people who have interacted with them.
Right.
Starting with my party leader, Honorable Mother Karua. And she's a human being. It's only that she's a leader and people think they can't talk. You can't reach her. She's very approachable, very nice, candid, and all that. So, see ati haezi panda nduthi. It's only that. And that should also show people that these are people who nitasema nini? Ni watu wa,
They're human beings.
They're human beings,
Yes.
na ni watu wa watu. Ni ile tu maybe people think that they're not approachable, they don't mingle with people. As portrayed yesterday, people saw how Honorable Mother Karua interacted with people, minus even bodyguards, and she walked. She walked with the people, talked with the people, signed with the Atali Gotia Wasevi Basada.
Oh, she was taking signatures in men?
Yeah. People signed. People actually said they're going to sign, and they actually told her, if you watch the videos, walimwambia alete baba Meru na ambie baba asiachilie kamba akaze kabisa mpaka bei ya chakula ishuke chini. You see?
You know, I happened to be in
And
town.
then Raila boarded a matatu. That should
right.
tell you, because he wanted to see how, and he actually spoke after the end of the trip that ameambiwa ni 150 kutoka Ngong, 150 kurudi na bado
No, we actually pay 100. Tell Raila alikoniwa 50 bob.
Rashawa Jonah. Rashawa ni 150.
150.
Yeah, mafuta imepanda. It is 150 because I paid 150 2 days ago from Ngong.
Yeah, and the matatu was cyber something, so yes.
Nimboko. Anyway,
Anyway, I happened to be in town when he entered town. I think the matatu stopped somewhere for him to buy a newspaper. Yeah, and then he proceeded into town. He went to take lunch.
Yeah.
And I had to be directed through another route because he was going to have his lunch. I think at Kosewe or around Pronto, somewhere thereabout. And people already formed, and it ended up into being a meeting. Can't Raila go for lunch in town?
Well, I think most of the people, you know, we know the Right Honorable Raila
Right.
Fights for the rights of the poor mwananchi by, even now as it's portrayed, as now it's
Right.
being portrayed,
Yeah.
that he's trying to make sure that the cost of living goes down, right?
Right.
So when he comes to town, everybody would want to probably encourage him to keep asiwachilie, asiende handshake paka hii cost, you know, wananchi wanataka kumwona wamwambie matakwa yao. You know, this is what we want. Please do for us this. You're the only kiongozi who fights for our rights, who can understand us and all that. So that's why you will find haraka sana wananchi will gather na itakuwa kama bunge la wananchi. And him being the person, a man of the people, he will stand and address them and also listen to what they will advise him. It's like having a public participation.
Okay.
Yeah, which is impromptu, random, and God-given, so it happened.
Maybe this should be a message that these leaders should not be so detached from the Mwananchi, because the Mwananchi is actually a boda person. The Mwananchi is actually a matatu person. And that's where the bulk of the Mwananchi is. Not so many of them are in personal vehicles and, you know, those kind of places. They use matatus, they use boda. So sometimes it's good to mingle with them, just to relate. And what surprised me is the Ukambani. Let me not even touch on Kisii first. What's happening in Ukambani? That's where we lost more people. Wote, Lolongo, Kitengela, even though that's a bit of a Maasai zone, and it's very much the city now. But of course, we know, you and I know, that the bulk of the people there are either Maasais or Kambas.
Yeah.
What's happening? Why the anger? So much anger around Imali.
Well,
Jonah, there were issues at Imali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonah, a week or two ago, there was this thing of people saying that Raila anataka nusu mkate, it's all about himself, he's doing this for his own benefit. Now, this is supposed to tell you that mwananchi amekasirika, mwananchi amechoka, and hajachoka na kitu yenye haionekani, amechoka na high cost of living na taxation zenye zinakuja Jonah. So, people are used to Nairobi and Kisumu or Raila strongholds are the ones that demonstrate. Remember my parting shot last week, but one, Jonah. What did I say? I said this. Let our executive not allow the power to go to the people. Now, this was a very, 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 very solid example of how angry people are. We have never had demonstrations against the president in places like Emali. Name them. Eldoret.
Oh, really?
Eldoret demonstrated.
Okay.
Yes,
Nyeri.
it was Nyeri. Background ya DP.
Right.
Yeah. Aya Emali here hapa kwa Wakamba hawajawahi Mlolongo.
What
Hawajawahi
is shocking
Kitale.
is
Hawajawahi.
yeah, Kitale. I come from
Busia
Kitale.
and all that.
And I was also surprised about the anger in Nyamira and Kisii. It's a bit too much, or what do you think?
Wacha nikwambie Jonah, Wakisii wamekasirika mpaka ninasema Wakisii wamefanya ile kitu tena. You know, they started by showing that they are very serious by first of all chasing their MP Silvanus Osoro from a stadium.
Okay, Silvanus himself says it was Photoshop. It's not a true
Okay,
story.
well, it has happened twice. Is it two times Photoshop? Because it's no, Jonah. He was even being escorted by police. I saw the video.
Yeah, I heard him talk about it, and
know.
he was actually saying, people are saying I was chased from stadium. Which stadium? I've never been chased.
A
Stadium. And then he went ahead to say he's actually not from Kisii. He's from, he called a place, some place in there. I've just forgotten the name. He said, I'm not from Kisii. That the stadium is in Kisii. Yeah.
Well, that one I can't argue because I don't have the facts.
Right.
But as per my understanding and level of knowing, he was chased. And it really trended. According to the way I saw, it didn't look like Photoshop to me. But if he decided to defend himself in that light, well and good for him. But so long as I am concerned, as far as I'm concerned, he was chased out of the stadium because he voted yes.
Okay.
And that is also what is happening to most of the MPs who voted yes in their constituencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are not taking it. People are not laughing about it. Yeah, because they feel like the person they sent to represent them is not representing them, but is only doing things that will benefit.
But then don't
themselves.
you think it was a bit overboard? It was terroristic to actually place the anger on an installation like the expressway. This is one of the major features. Recently we have the marathon on the Nairobi Expressway. This is to advertise Kenya. Now vandalizing one of our major installations, that is terroristic.
Well, Jonah.
No wonder we saw anti-terror police around there.
Jonah, let me say this. Protesters come out, including myself, to do peaceful picketing. But we have some few characters who come out to take advantage of the situation. And they're the ones who steal. If yesterday you watched 1, 2, 3 clips that were going around,
right?
Most of the protesters were even passing where the police were, and not like unajua ile mchezo ya paka na panya,
right,
was not happening. But it reached a place where people who want to take advantage now take advantage by the vandals take advantage and start vandalizing property, of which now, if you saw one of the Azimio principals say yesterday that they're sending these people to do this so that it can look like it is the Azimio people who are doing it, right? Okay. Just the same way it had been said goons were sent. So there are people. I actually saw there's a video trending where rail, this barrier that is on the expressway, inabebwa na watu I think wanaenda kupima scrape. Yeah, but that should also tell the president.
The toll station.
Yes. That, and they were only picking metal. Where do you think someone anachukua metal anaenda? Sini kupima scrape. That should tell the president how hungry, if not angry, how angry and hungry people are. Sini pesa yao ya tax imetumika kutengeneza hiyo barabara. I'm not advocating for that. But that should tell, if someone anatoka kwake akuje avunje chuma kwa barabara, aende apimisha apate unga. The president needs to act.
And there was another group of demonstrators who demonstrated peacefully. Yes. In fact, they were playing football at bus parks, matatu drivers.
Matatu
What do you have
drivers.
To say about that?
Well, Jonah, seriously.
Those are now the
this
right
one is
kind
coming
of
up.
demonstrators.
This is intermarrying with the Londiani accident. The drivers have been told to go back to school.
Oh, the long distance drivers?
I think it's almost
the matatus were. I actually spoke to one lorry driver, and he told me that they were rioting basically because of the camera and the EPRA. The EPRA and the EPRA manenos, and of course, being told to go back to school. I didn't know that the matatus drivers were also.
The cameras, Jonah, was
right.
The dashboard cams was actually it was being emphasized that they be put kwa gari za shule.
Right.
But this thing of telling drivers to they're condemning it, saying it's someone who's trying to create business for themselves so that they can sell cameras. They make a killing, go home. Okay. Which holds some water. I can't prove, but I have a feeling it holds, because kila mtu siku hizi akitaka kufanya biashara anapita na government ina approve kitu, they'll just look for something so that happens. So number 2, also EPRA, it went against the past of not adding tax to fuel, but it did.
The Umtata case in court.
They had been stopped, but EPRA CEO again, someone is filing a case or something. I'm not sure. I don't have the facts about that.
Right.
Then lastly, you can't tell someone who has been a driver 30 years accident free anze kurudi shule. That is also business. Hiyo pesa inatoka wapi? And then sasa waanze kubribe ndio apate makaratasi, wasumbuliwe, hayuko kazi 3 months, atakula nini?
Okay.
Yeah, so they have a right to picket.
Okay. Okay, viewers, hapa tunachapa siasa. This is Politics Today here on Sides TV. See you after the break.